historic day in Metro Atlanta as former President Trump prepares to turn himself in at the Fulton County Jail. Thank you for joining us for this special edition of Fox 5 News at 4. I'm Russ Spencer.
And I'm Alex Whitler. In just hours, we expect the former president to arrive at the Fulton County Jail. Mr. Trump addressed his supporters on his Truth social media platform as he prepared to leave. He says, quote, "I have to start getting ready to head down to Atlanta, Georgia, where I'll be arrested for a perfect phone call and having the audacity to challenge a rigged and stolen election." He went on to say he'll be at the jail at 7:30.
We have live team coverage of this monumental day in U.S. history. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert, Eric Perry, and Deidre Dukes have followed this story for us from the beginning. And Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis has been live outside the jail on Rice Street all day long. Randy, what's the latest there now?
Hey, Russ, a lot of reporters, a lot of Trump supporters, and some Trump critics all crammed together in about a one-block section of land right across the street from the Fulton County Jail. We're all here for the same reason, to see the main defendant in this historic indictment.
I have no idea who that is.
Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt inspected the scene on Rice Street, accompanied by heavily armed deputies. He's vowed to treat Donald Trump like any other defendant, but it's clear a former president will be handled much differently. A bond has already been set at $200,000. Mr. Trump will have to put up 10%, $20,000 cash to be released. When he arrives in Atlanta, he'll have a new attorney representing him. Prominent defense attorney Steve Sadow, who has had many celebrities as clients, filed paperwork this morning announcing his entrance into the case. Now, Sadow's first mission in his case will be to fight an October 23rd trial date that Fani Willis was forced to set because one of the 19 defendants, Ken Chesborough, filed a motion for a speedy trial. Typically, all co-defendants then have to have the same trial, the same speedy trial, and Sadow has filed a motion to sever Donald Trump from the rest of those defendants. Now, two of the defendants did already surrender today. We're up to 11 now. Former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows surrendered and was released on a $100,000 bond. And then the 11th defendant, Harrison Floyd, surrendered, but he is still in custody. No bond set yet for him. We do expect Donald Trump to arrive here at the Fulton County Jail around 7:30 or so. But before he gets here, he's got to land at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. And that's where my colleague Eric Perry is now to pick up that part of our coverage. Eric?
Yeah, Randy, good afternoon to you. We've been here all morning and afternoon. Within the past 30 minutes or so, I want to point you to where we've seen at least 5 dark-colored SUVs pull in. They apparently are preparing for Mr. Trump's huge plane to arrive here at Hartsfield-Jackson. I believe we have a live look for you in New Jersey, where the former president, is preparing to take off and head right here to Atlanta, Georgia. Now, where we are here in Atlanta, this is on the private side of Hartsfield-Jackson International, and of course, we have seen an increase of security all morning, but they are starting to truly ramp up today. The former president's motorcade is expected to leave here and head through busy Atlanta as he heads to Fulton County Jail to surrender. For security reasons, we have not been told the exact route of this motorcade, but I am monitoring Mr. President's departure from Jersey as, again, he heads here to Atlanta. Back out here live, this is exactly where his plane is expected to pull in here. We have been monitoring this. Of course, we have eyes in New Jersey. We have eyes here. And of course, as soon as the wheels land here, the motorcade wheels will start turning as they take him to Fulton County Jail. Of course, we'll have an update for you at 5 o'clock. Russ, Alex.
All right, Eric, thanks. As former President Trump makes his way to Atlanta to surrender, his supporters have showed up outside the Fulton County Jail, along with some people who are against him.
Well, Fox 5's Tyler Fingert continues our live team coverage now from the jail with that part of the story. Tyler?
Yeah, Russ, good afternoon to you. At least 100 demonstrators have packed Rice Street right outside the Fulton County Jail. Take a look behind me. You'll see some of them right in front, and we pan up over to the left. You'll see the Trump flag just off in the distance there. This all comes ahead of former President Donald Trump's surrender tonight. Most are his supporters out here, and they've braved the seat all day to make sure the former president knows he is not alone.
talking about?
We're talking about truth.
Former President Donald Trump's supporters outnumbered those against him outside the Fulton County Jail Thursday. Supporters with flags, shirts, and plenty of MAGA gear lined the road waiting for the former president to surrender.
Trump didn't give up on us, and I'm not giving up on Trump. I'm going to support him all the way through.
It's important to be out here to stand up for this witch hunt.
This guy's taken shot after shot. He's done nothing wrong but fight for us.
The show of support comes as former President Trump faces his fourth indictment this year. He's one of 19 named in the Fulton County election meddling case and is set to turn himself into the county jail less than 24 hours before the noon Friday deadline. Some supporters say they're most excited for his mugshot.
You know, if they do a mugshot, it's all over. That will be a rally cry, kind of like remember the Alamo.
While there's plenty of supporters of the former president, not everyone is upset he'll soon be booked into jail.
I knew that there were going to be people out here offering support for him, and so I wanted to make sure that Fani and the folks who are trying to hold him account had support as well.
Law enforcement put up barricades to keep demonstrators away from the jail. Some supporters of Mr. Trump drove hours just to be here.
I just want him to stay strong. I'm really concerned about him. He takes so many hits, and he's older now. We want to keep him healthy and strong.
The whole world is just watching what we're doing to our former president. It's embarrassing, not only for the country, but, I mean, we look like clowns.
The former president says he will be here at about 7:30 tonight, and the folks I spoke with said that they will be here for that. We are live outside the Fulton County Jail. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
All right, Tyler, thanks so much. The deadline is quickly approaching for the remaining co-defendants to turn themselves in. So far, 11 of the 19 have surrendered at the Fulton County Jail.
Yesterday, 7 of them turned themselves in. Former Georgia GOP Chairman and State Legislature David Schaefer, former Coffee County GOP Chair Kathy Latham, and Trump campaign attorney Kenneth Chesbrough were among those booked and released yesterday. Former New York City Mayor and former attorney for former President Trump, Rudy Giuliani, was one of the most outspoken.
If they can do this to me, they can do this to you. I am being indicted because I'm a lawyer.
Around 3 yesterday, Giuliani turned himself in. He was released on a $150,000 bond. Be sure to stay with Fox 5 as we continue to bring you the developments on this story. You can download the Fox 5 Atlanta app for all the latest breaking news alerts and updates. And remember, it is free to download in your app store.